The night before his death, Abraham Lincoln had a dream that felt too real to ignore. He found himself walking through the dim, silent halls of the White House. Every room was empty. The air was heavy, and the sound of quiet sobbing echoed from the East Room. Lincoln followed the sound, his heart beating faster with every step. When he reached the room, he saw a coffin draped in black. Guards stood around it, and mourners whispered in grief. Lincoln asked one of the soldiers, "Who is dead in the White House?" The soldier replied, "The president. He was killed by an assassin." In that instant, Lincoln woke up trembling, pale, and shaken. That dream haunted him all day. He told his wife, Mary, about it, saying it felt like a warning from beyond. Mary begged him not to think too much, but Lincoln couldn't shake the feeling that something terrible was near. Friends noticed he was quieter than usual. There was a strange calm in his eyes, as if he had already accepted his fate. He even mentioned to one of his bodyguards, "I have seen the end coming. But if it must be so, I am ready." That evening, April 14, 1865, he seemed more relaxed. The Civil War had ended, and for the first time in years, he felt the weight of the nation lifting off his shoulders. He spent the evening with his wife and close friends. They laughed, shared stories, and spoke about the future. Mary later said it was the happiest she had seen him in years. Lincoln told her, "We must not be sad anymore, Mary. We will travel together. We will be free." She smiled, not realizing those would be among the last words he would ever speak to her. Later that night, the Lincolns went to Ford's Theater to watch a play, Our American Cousin. The crowd cheered as the president entered. Lincoln bowed, humble as always, and took his seat in the presidential box with his wife beside him. For a while, everything was peaceful. The laughter from the stage filled the air, and Lincoln seemed at ease. But somewhere behind the curtain, a man named John Wilkes Booth was preparing to change history forever. As the play reached its funniest moment, Booth quietly slipped into the box, aimed his pistol, and pulled the trigger. The sound echoed through the theater like thunder. Mary screamed. The president's head fell forward, his face still calm, almost peaceful, as if he had already seen this moment before. The crowd panicked, soldiers rushed in, and chaos broke loose. Lincoln was carried across the street to a small boarding house, where doctors tried to save him. But the wound was too deep. At 7:22 in the morning, Abraham Lincoln took his final breath. The man who had dreamed of his death the night before now lay still, the same dream, the same room, the same silence. It was as if destiny had whispered the truth to him, and he had quietly accepted it. The night before his death was not just a dream, it was a prophecy.
Whose inspiring story of politician would you like to hear next? Tell us in the comments below.